Hello, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard and I hope you're well. Before I dive into the topic for us this week, I'd like to say one or two things. If you like to sign up for our weekly newsletter, so we do send the article out every Tuesday, and if you sign up, just simple form, just put your email there for free, and you will be privileged to receive all the articles related to the podcast that we release every week. And if you do think that you have time, or you mix up the podcast, or you don't have time to look at it, you can also see the video blog on our YouTube channel. So if you just go to the YouTube and you type Life for Living Well together and search, it will take you to our page, and you can also see the visual side of the podcast. So let's dive into it before taking much of your time. The topic I'm looking at this week is what I call, why should you give thanks often? Like we normally start the podcast, we start from taking one inspirational individual and build the podcast or message around that quotation that we took from that person. So this week I'm taking from Meister Eckhart. And Meister Eckhart was a German. As you like to give you a little background of the people that I'm taking the quotation for them. But he was a philosopher, he was a religious teacher, he was a Catholic priest, and he's also mystic in nature. And was lived around between 17 or 1800 period of time, and he take a lot of contribution to evolution of people independent to able to read and understand the scripture in their own languages. So let's dive into it. If you'd like to know more about Meister Eckhart, so I suggest that you could do a brief Google or get a book in the library. And if the book is too much for you, you could actually just get some references from Wikipedia, and it can give you an insight about this amicable human being. So again, the topic that I'm looking at is what I call, why should you give thanks often? So being grateful isn't just a personality trait, it is a virtue worth honoring. Just imagine, in a world where more is not enough, it can be challenging to pause and count your blessing. Instead of focusing on challenges, each day brings mixed blessings. But are we willing to express gratitude for the opportunity to experience them? So these are the questions that sometimes pop into my mind every day that I wake up. And you have to actually be intentional about it before you actually begin to shift in the way you think about being grateful and being thankful. So you might take it for granted if you can just walk to your supermarket and exchange the food for the money you have in your card or in your hand, in your wallet, but not thinking the intricacy that took the supermarket to bring that food closer to you. Not even supermarket thinking intricacy that take the farmers and the people that work and put this together and process it and package it and make it available for you in the point of sales and ease. So in a 24/7 news culture that we are, it is easy to forget to be thankful, as our emotions roller coaster through what we hear and see. Someone once told me many years ago, because every time I meet this individual, there's always one problem or the other. But for a few months that we've known each other, she come to the conclusion and she said, "Oh, you are so lucky, you don't have a problem." So I turned around and said, "Because you never asked me." All we do is talking about your problem and looking for solution for it. Can we spend today not think about your problem and just think about how fortunate you are? Even the job that you complain about, this is the job that creates the lifestyle you love so much. You love to travel a few times in a year. You love to go for diving in an exotic country. How many people can avoid that? You are one of those people that be in favor or privilege, or you work yourself to that position to be able to avoid that, and I'm really pleased for you. So only initially there's a resistance, initially there is a pride, there's an ego there to protect this individual because it's come across being attacked. But after a few hours they come to realize it, and they find a way of saying, actually it is true, I am privileged. So this week, I will explore why we should give thanks often and in all aspects of our lives. Why this art is often emphasized from religious and spiritual perspectives. I invite you, as you listen to me this right now, to step back and consider it from your personal viewpoint. Gratitude is a universal virtue that everyone can connect with. At the end of the day, how many times have you said the word thank you? Research consistently shows that being grateful is not only self-evident but also beneficial for our well-being in both the short and long term. So let's examine a few areas where practicing gratitude can create a positive impact. So number one, relationships. How I will not talk about relationships is the glue that brings us together as a society. We are relating with other people every time in our life, in our private life and in our public life. As much as we try to be hermits, some people try to be hermits sometimes, they still have one or two people that they're able to connect to. Even when they walk down to their supermarket or into the shop to pick what they have to eat. They don't produce all those by themselves alone. They rely on other person to do that. So, relationships. Gratitude can significantly enhance our relationships by making us appreciate them more and be less judgmental about imperfections. When you genuinely appreciate something begins to happen in your life. One of them, you tend to cherish it. Many relationship problems arise from dwelling on our partner's perceived inadequacy, leading to negative emotions and push-pull dynamics. But by practicing gratitude for what they excel at, expressing appreciation through words, gifts, and gestures, you can greatly improve your relationship beyond your imaginations. Over time, this can rekindle the initial feelings you had for each other and encourage positive traits to emerge in various areas of your life. Gratitude isn't limited to romantic relationships. It extends to all kinds of relationships, enriching your personal experiences. Sometimes we so busy that we can take each other for granted. We can only begin to focus on what is not perfect on the other person and begin to judge them. And that we always certainly sabotaging what we want most. It will not help us to reduce the negative emotions or feelings that we have toward our partners. But what we do is creating havoc for the next near few months or future. But if you actually switch it over and focus also on the good side of this individual, and you thankful for that good side that individual also brought into your life, what you begin to see is that you begin to appreciate them more, and you begin to able to accommodate what you perceive that is inadequacy for you. Sometimes some people worry about a lot of things that they have no control over. They worry about the person think, how the action they took, and how they do things. So that takes me to number 2 on my list, career and business. So what is it that being thankful, gratefulness could do for us in our career or in our business? So whether you are an employee or a business owner, creating space in your life for gratitude is essential. While others may have encountered challenges on the same path, you possess the intellect to exchange knowledge and solve problems. So what happens when you solve problems? You earn rewards in return. For an employee, it's in the form of your salary. For the business owner, it's in form of a profit that brings into your business. Even if you feel stuck and expressing gratitude for the positive aspect your job and the business have brought to your life, what will happen that you begin to see many doors open for you. And these doors will come as a new opportunities into your life. But if you focus your energy on something that you don't like most onto your work or your employer, what will happen to you is that you will suck in more and you forget to upskill yourself, developing yourself. You will so find it difficult when the opportunity comes, you will not notice it because you are so trapped with a lot of fear, anger, disillusion, and these are not the emotions that can help you to get out of the stuck that you find yourself. So complaining about your job or employer can breed mystery, but being thankful for the experience enables you to identify what you enjoy and seek opportunity to enhance that experience through upskilling. Number 3, which is the last point on this particular focus, is personal growth. What is Thanksgiving got to do with that personal growth? Sometimes we don't really appreciate what at stake when we refuse to continue to grow as human beings. We miss a lot of opportunities, a lot, because we're so scared to leave our comfort zone. We're so worried of unknown. We are so afraid to start again. We already reached certain position and we are so scared to start at the bottom again, which is normal feelings. But only when you learn how to give grace and being thankful, you begin to experience courage in a way that you never experienced it before. What I mean is that you begin more rely on your ability to bounce back, your ability to make use of the opportunity that come to your way, your ability to create the life that you want to live, because you are more grateful and appreciating things around you. It makes you more humble. You realize that you don't know everything and you can't do everything. You know that what you will need when you are ready, the universe will transpire to bring this thing to your life rather than you forcing it to happen. I've seen people that have coaching in the past, that some of the challenges they brought into their life is because they are trying to force things to happen that is not supposed to happen the way they want it to happen. So they hide their true needs, they hide their true values, so they compromise so much so to accommodating things that they're not supposed to accommodate it because they are so scared and afraid. So personal growth, embracing gratitude can lead to a growth mindset. How? By attracting not only the things you are grateful for, but also challenges and opportunities that accelerate your personal growth. When you encounter pompous and arrogant individuals, their behavior often reflects a lack of humility, which can be linked to a lack of thankfulness. I've never met anyone that is pompous that doesn't lack thankfulness. They have a lot of entitlement, so they find it difficult to even be thankful for little gesture. So that's where that absence of humility comes from. And when you meet someone that's more thankful, one thing you notice about them first is humility. So when you encounter pompous and arrogant individuals, their behavior often reflects a lack of humility, which can be linked to a lack of thankfulness. So now let's explore some practical tools for incorporating gratitude into your life. Number one, start with a gratitude journal where you can daily record what you're thankful for until it becomes a natural habit. Number two, begin each day by expressing thanks for the opportunity to be here and for the things in your life right now. As Cicero wisely said, a thankful heart is not only the greatest virtue, but also the parent of all other virtues. Number three, make gratitude a habit beyond mere politeness. Express thanks for every help, kindness, and support you receive. So, in conclusion, gratitude is an action with numerous direct and indirect benefits. We should strongly encourage it, practice in a world that often prioritizes me first and more. By incorporating Thanksgiving into our daily lives, we can experience evidence improvement in psychology, mental health, emotional well-being, financial stability, and spiritual growth. So I hope this podcast helps someone. So I really want to make sure that we deliver this podcast within the period of 20 minutes. So I hope this podcast helps someone. Like I said earlier before I jump into the topic, if you'd like to receive this kind of message or article, you can sign up for free on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com by your email, and we will be sending weekly article regarding each of the podcasts that we're presenting to you. And if you'd like to support the community or join us, you can also sign up on our website. And we hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again next week, please stay safe and have a wonderful week ahead. Ciao.